I knew you would say that. I knew it! Know the power of the Abyss! I've waited for this! My Abyss shall take you! I shall continue with my quest until I find what I seek.
Hey everybody, this is Fighter Callus for this week's The Drop, and going on this week, you know, before we get to all the topics and all that, what's going on with me this week? There's no water! I don't know what's going on here. Hopefully it gets fixed before today ends, but the water is... there is no water. I turn on the faucet, nothing. And it's kind of annoying because it's like, oh hey, I have to wash my hands. Oh, I don't have that. I guess I have to use... I've been using hand sanitizer, but like, you know, or I can't even, or cooking. Oh, I have to wash the food. Nope, no water to wash food. So, yeah, nothing. Nothing going on there. Kind of annoying right now. Hopefully they fix this. Apparently a pipe broke in our building. Yeah, so that's apartment life for you. And, okay, let's get on to it. Some FGC stuff and a little bit of pro wrestling. A little bit, more than a little bit. Whatever. Up next, or up first, is a news piece about the ESA. That is the Entertainment Software Association, responsible for E3, and you know, they represent a lot of companies, gaming companies. And they're petitioning the U.S. Copyright Office to not make DMCA exemptions, except same thing, for abandoned online multiplayer games. You know, old games that are, you know, had online and the online servers aren't up anymore, and people want to make their own third-party servers. I mean, people have been doing this for... There's still Dreamcast games that are online that have their own private servers still. I believe Phantasy Star Online on Dreamcast is still being played, believe it or not. In an effort to block the folks at the Museum of Art, but mostly it's to do this, to block the folks at the Museum of Art and Digital Entertainment in California who would like to see an exemption made to how the DMCA treats titles like the original EverQuest. That's another game that, you know, dead, but hey, for preservation's sake, games like that, like EverQuest, that are only online and you can't play them at all unless you run into a server, I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I think they should be preserved. Granted, copyright owners do have the right to say, well, I don't want you doing anything. But, you know, the ESA themselves wrote, the prevalence of reissues of older games belies any claim that game companies lack incentive to preserve older titles. Oh, yeah, you mean those games that are making people double dip when they already have them and stuff like that, right? Now, there's a lot of games that are rare, or that I just don't have, and I don't mind buying a reissue of, but a lot of games, like, actually, the article that from Engadget actually brings up Call of Duty Modern Warfare, that's actually a game people probably still have, only shipped with a handful of the original game's classic maps, the remaster did. So, of course you want to play the original, but no, because the ESA is trying to say, no, you can't play on your own servers for that. You can't, preserve that because, oh no, we want to so they're basically straight up saying, no, we want to reissue old games and keep making you rebuy. Like, that's literally, they're straight up saying that, which makes me just also, like, DMCA, the Copyright Office should definitely say, no, you're obviously biased for business. You're not actually thinking about IPs, you're just thinking about the businesses wanting to remake the money they already made. So, I'm with the people who say no. I mean, yeah, I do know the IP holders can say whatever they want, but I think that for the preservation of games like that, where the original versions aren't, you can't find that anywhere, even in a re-release, then you definitely should keep preserving the original games, even if they're online only through their own servers or whatever. Like, as long as hey, if I'll even make a compromise, don't make it, you know, keep it not monetized. Boom, you know. So they say, well, we don't want them to monetize it. Well, then just make that a thing. Don't monetize. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a legal expert here, of course, but you know, it's just there's got to be some better way than just stopping people from trying to preserve old games, servers and stuff like that. All right, I'm done. Let's go to the next one. Here's some cool news, and maybe not so cool news, but there's still some hope if you're a PC player. Arika's Fighting EX Layer has more details about it. It's releasing worldwide before the end of June, which no exact date, just before June ends. So anywhere from June 1st to June 30th, I guess. It's June, a 31 day or 30 day month. Before June 31st. The game is going to have two versions. It's going to have a light version, which is a budget version, which still has 12 characters, but 5 Gogi decks. And the standard version was the regular price of $59.99, which has also 12 characters, plus a Hokuto variation, plus 15 Gogi decks. You have to pronounce it like that, Gogi. They're like the gems in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, but not as, from what I've seen, it's nowhere near like poorly implemented. I remember seeing some gameplay already, and it's like, oh no, that's fine, and there's no DLC junk like that. Well, there is DLC for this game, but not with the decks. Actually, there's DLC for colors, Type A and Type Gold. And the cool thing about the colors DLC is if you already bought the Type A colors for all characters, that also includes characters. Say a DLC character comes out, oh boom, you already have that Type A color unlocked. No English dub. PS4 only, like I said, this is where I said. So if you want to play it on Steam, this is going to be PS4 only, but they did say a Steam version is possible if the title is successful. So speak with your dollars, get even just a light version for the PS4, and let people know, hey, I also want to play this on my computer. Please put this out on Steam. I'm showing you, I will pay the money. The roster, there's 2 characters that will show up that aren't announced in this roster, but here's what's announced. Alan Snyder, Blair Dane, Darun Meister, Doctrine Dark, Garuda, Jack, who used to be called Cracker Jack, dude with the baseball bat, Kairi, Shadowgeist, Shirase, Hokuto as a variation, and Skullomania, Skullo Dream. I am totally, I love these, I liked Street Fighter EX. And I'm glad to see these characters back, and I'm glad, except for Kairi. Although he's going to be the Ryu of this game, so I guess maybe I like him better in this game. Because the reason I didn't like him in EX was just because, like, oh, he gets all the powers of Akuma just cuz. But with this and his own game and all that, I think I might like this, and I think I know I want to give this game a shot, especially since there's even a light version. So if I'm hurting on cash and I still can play it, I can still pick it up. So, oh, by the way, that's right. Well, something about digital only. So digital only. So I was gonna say, yeah, I could trade it. Oh wait, I can't do any of that. GameStop or Best Buy. It's again just like with Steam version. If you want a physical release, vote with your dollars. Tell your friends to pick it up digitally, so that way your friends who want it physically can get it. Like me, I prefer physical media. So I'm not making a Dead or Alive mistake again. I bought Dead or Alive digitally. I'm just like, I should have bought this physical, but I was impatient. The store didn't have it yet. That's how it happened. I was like, what? The store ain't got it yet? Pfft, I'll just download it. So hopefully it'll get a physical release, and hopefully it'll get a Steam release. Legacy controllers, that's another important thing, will not be supported at launch. That is, PS3 controllers. A lot of fighting games do have legacy support, but it says at launch, so maybe there'll be something, some support added later. There will be a single-player option, but not a story mode, focused on bringing back original cast before new characters are created, which I agree with. Alright, what's next? Pro Wrestling. Right, up next, and this, again, is being recorded before Raw or SmackDown, so any news or any predictions I make that are totally proven wrong are, gonna be, like I said, this is recorded before all that, so anything like that, oh well. I'm just gonna talk about Elimination Chamber, though. Raw's own, I believe it's the last, after Fastlane, the last Raw, and Fastlane is going to be the last SmackDown only. So after this, it's going to be, pay-per-views are not going to be one show only again. They're going to be back to 2 shows being represented. Anyways, the results of the Elimination Chamber are as follows, and I'll talk about what I think of it. Alexa Bliss wins her title defense in the Elimination Chamber. Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson defeat the Miztourage on the kickoff show. The Bar beat Titus Worldwide. Asuka beat Nia Jax. Matt Hardy beat Bray Wyatt. Ronda Rousey signs her contract. And Roman Reigns wins the men's Elimination Chamber. Now to what I think about all this. Boy howdy, that kickoff show was kind of yeah, I guess, you know, talk about meaningless to me. I mean, other than having Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows look strong, but other than that, like, the women's championship match, from what I've heard, was pretty good. Didn't get to actually see this, but I still have opinions on the results and all that, of course. I've heard it was a pretty good match, and it was nice. I heard that Alexa Bliss cut a promo where she was like almost babyface-ish at the beginning, but then like turned heel again. And was like, oh yeah, and none of you are gonna follow your dreams or something like that. Which, okay, I was like, good, yeah. Don't forget your heel. Alexa Bliss going to WrestleMania sounds good to me. Asuka versus Alexa Bliss sounds good to me too, or whatever happens, or if Asuka goes against Charlotte. One of our buddies in the Discord, in the Geek Fighters Discord, which you guys should join, mentioned how he'd like to see Hunter Slasher. He'd like to see Asuka take on Charlotte for SmackDown Women's Championship, and Nia take on Alexa Bliss, which I think Asuka still has she still has the ability to challenge either or after winning the Rumble, the Women's Rumble, so possible. What do you guys think? After that, there was the Tag Team Championship. Well, so Titus Worldwide gets built up so much just to lose anyway to the Bar. A little confused on that, not gonna lie. Nia Jax versus Asuka. Asuka wins, I'm glad. Now, the stuff after made Asuka look like Nia Jax looked like she was a monster, like she threw Asuka through the barricade and all that, but she still lost, so I don't know, I guess they're like trying to make her still look strong, like she can challenge for the belt still, but she did lose to Asuka still, so I don't know if that was, maybe she should, I don't know, if Asuka's gonna face Alexa after all, if that's why they wanted to make her win, I have no idea, none, but it's kind of a cool match though. Especially Nia Jax's reversal of Asuka's guillotine choke, where she basically like just almost suplex, more like turned to a suplex into like a almost like a jackhammer, what Nia Jax did to Asuka. I'm glad Matt Hardy is finally showing some cool stuff. Apparently people were kind of, unfortunately, the fans are marking out for themselves than for the talent in the ring. They were playing with a beach ball and all that. Again, I can't believe this is still going on, really. Especially when you guys wanted to see broken Matt Hardy, now called woken Matt Hardy, and this is the respect you show him by playing with a beach ball. I'm glad that Matt Hardy won though, because not that I want to see Bray Wyatt lose all the time, but I want to see Matt Hardy is built up so much. Just to have him lose steam by losing, would just, like he did in that Raw match. That's just, so I'm glad he won on that. Like, please keep building up Matt Hardy and actually making him look strong with this new Woken gimmick, or rehashed Woken gimmick, whatever you want to say. But this new gimmick for him in Raw. Ronda Rousey signed the contract after she slams Triple H through a table, and then throws a contract to the top of his motionless body. And Stephanie McMahon slaps her, only for Ronda Rousey to go, "What did you do? What did you just do?" And Stephanie's like, "Oh, I better leave." Yeah, you better leave. Now, say what you will about Ronda's hand skills, but she's still a world-class judoka. So, her throwing Triple H to a table is actually like that's kind of the skill she should have, actually. And then the men's chamber, Braun Strowman threw everybody around like they were rag dolls and looked super strong. Only to lose again. I don't understand this whole thing of making him look like such a beast to lose again. Just to have Roman Reigns go into WrestleMania again against Brock Lesnar again. I have no... really. And I don't... Believe it or not, I'm actually one of the few who don't hate Roman. But other people have... I mean, what I don't like... And again, booing Roman isn't the... Y'all booing the wrong person here. It's creative. Like... Well, we don't like the creative, so that's why you're calling Roman the all those derogatory phrases. If it's the creative's problem, then it's the creative, because like I said, Roman's just doing what he's told. But when the creative does this to other guys who have their chances, like Finn and Seth, that's where I'm like, and Elias, Samson even, and Braun, like all these other guys who could use the push, and who can, I don't even know if push is the right word, but who could use the momentum going into WrestleMania and for their career in general, but no, let's give it to Roman again. That's my thoughts on the Elimination Chamber. What do you guys think? Final news piece for today. Ivy and Zasalamel, try saying that 3 times fast, were revealed in new trailers for Soul Calibur 6. Soul Calibur 6, by the way, is coming to PS4, Xbox One, and PC later on this year. Boy, my comments are wow. I am glad they kept Ivy the same. I am glad that, you know, Namco Bandai, after that, I forgot which interview it was, but some interview was, like, saying the word problematic for Ivy because of her clothes or whatever. I'm like, it's like, no, don't just do what it's meant to do. Just keep Ivy the same. The character models look great, and Zasalamel, I haven't seen him since Soul Calibur 3. I forget if he showed up ever again after that, but wow. Speaking of Ivy, funny enough, you guys think, oh, well, is she your waifu, gals? Like, no, I don't even look for fan art of her or anything like that, honestly. So I have some fan art of just, like, from normal from the game, but nothing beyond that kind of fan art. You know the kind I'm talking about. No, I actually don't look for that with her because her last name is Valentine, but it's actually, if you know the lore of the games, she's actually the daughter of Cervantes. And even though they're fictional characters, I kind of think of Cervantes as my wacky uncle, my evil uncle, evil great uncle. Again, fictional character, but it's like when I was a kid, I was like, so knowing that she's his daughter, it's like, so I guess she's like my I see her more as like an aunt than a waifu or anything like that. Because if you guys don't know, my Cervantes is Cervantes de Leon, which happens to be my last name, so it's like from Spain, and it's like, oh yeah, she grew up with British parents, so that's why she has a British accent and all that. But she's actually Cervantes' daughter. So, anyways, the actual gameplay, right? She has a lot of the same stuff. She has like a new super. I don't know. I guess it's using meter like Soul Calibur 5 and not like Rage Arts like in Tekken 7. But who knows? She has a lot of the same moves. She seems to be like she's gonna be a pain to fight. Zasalamel, though, had some really interesting moves. I forgot how he played, like, in 3. Because I only played, like, a little... I had 3, but I don't remember much of it. I just remember him being in it in the story mode stuff. He had that scythe, like always. He had... His clothes, though, he looks like Moon Knight from Marvel Comics or like Azrael from DC Comics to me. He kind of looks like a 90s comic book character. Like, their 90s versions in particular. He also has that cool super, or I don't know what it is, if it's gonna use meter like 5, like again I don't know, but whatever his super or his rager or whatever it's gonna be, he basically has Zawardo and pulls a time stop on you, so that's gonna be cool. I might play him more in this game. I didn't play him much in 3, but I might actually play him in 6 whenever it comes out later this year. I have nothing else to say. So with that said, join the Discord. Follow me on social media. Let me know what you guys want me to cover, please. Because I can't read minds. I keep saying this. And, yeah. Give a sub. Follow Geek Fighters on YouTube and Twitch. You know, my group, the Geek Fighters. So we can use the followers. We can use, especially on Twitch. We're streaming every Saturday. Twitch.tv/TheGeekFighters. So, check us out on Saturdays. Give us follows. We're so close to 50. So, if we can reach 50, we can become an affiliate. So, and we could definitely, all three of us could definitely use the help there. And, you know, help us grow. So, thanks again for watching. Thanks again for following. Join the Discord. Follow us on Twitch. And with that, I just got 2 words left to say. Nimyo Kanryo.